I'm pleased to be able to join all of you as really we do focus on today the economics of early childhood. As we come together, I believe that you're going to consistently hear why investing in early childhood is indeed one of the best investments that we can make to ensure our long-term economic security. Quality early learning opportunities, and we heard from Nan what many of those are, the basis of that. And we'll hear more, too, about what are developmentally and culturally appropriate early childhood opportunities. We know that that is what lays this foundation for all future learning, and that quality early childhood programs really lay the strong foundation for all of the future academic, social, emotional, and cognitive development. Now, the research confirms this, but the other good thing is, you know, if you ask just about any grandmother or grandfather, I think that the wisdom of the years you'll hear it from them as well. Today you're going to hear about some other research as well that I draw your attention to. You're going to learn about national research such as the Perry Preschool Study, the Chicago Parent-Child Centers, and more recent studies of some of our state pre-kindergarten programs. And again, all of this research confirms what every grandparent and each of us knows, that it is the quality of those early childhood programs that really provides that educational and long-term social and economic benefit. Now, another thing that educators really are focusing on as we advocate for early childhood and quality early childhood is that one of the most important things is that private child care, that in Head Start, that in 4- 5-year-old kindergarten, whatever the program, early childhood special ed, one of the most important things is that the programs work side by side with the parents, because the parents are the first and the most important teachers of their children. And it is critical in early childhood education for teachers to embrace that and to be working from this family and parental involvement. And I'm very proud, I think we should be proud in Wisconsin, that our state funding for our 4-year-old kindergarten program recognizes that importance of parental involvement, and in fact has a financial incentive for programs that have a parental involvement component. Now, you heard Dan talk about our agenda in Wisconsin, and we are devoted to raising student achievement and really focusing in Wisconsin on closing that achievement gap that does exist between economically disadvantaged children, children of color, and their peers. And it is a significant gap in Wisconsin. But the achievement gap, as we know, begins the moment a child is not provided access to quality early learning opportunities. It's early childhood programs that prepare youngsters to really learn and successfully transition into school by really bridging those effects of poverty and allowing children from economically disadvantaged families to gain, as we heard, that equal footing, that equal opportunity as their peers have. Reports show us that young children attending quality early childhood programs do better in school, and they do have fewer referrals for special education. Their retention rates are lower, and they are more likely to graduate from high school. We also know that to be competitive in the 21st century interconnected world, that this generation will need more than just a high school diploma. And the pre-K-12 system must prepare students with the knowledge and the skills that they're going to need in our rapidly changing world. You know, when we look at these beautiful pictures of these children, honestly, we really don't know what are going to be the jobs in, 18 or 20 years that they are going to be going into. But the business leaders in our state agree that there are going they are going to need the critical thinking and the problem-solving skills. They're going to need to be nimble in responding to change. They are absolutely going to have to be creative and innovative. They're going to have that spirit and love of learning, and they're going to have financial, civic, global, and economic literacies. Those will absolutely be required for any of the jobs in the knowledge-based economy. Now, I like to think of it that it really will be the self-directed learner who can translate that learning then into action rapidly. That's who's going to have the ultimate competitive advantage. It's clear that the person who knows how to learn and who can then creatively apply that learning in different contexts quickly, that's who is going to be the sought-after employee. Business leaders in Wisconsin say that. Business leaders throughout the nation and world say that. And the very foundation for that creativity, success, and as we heard, confidence in one's own learning, that is indeed established, and it's confirmed through research in early childhood. Nan called it that development of the internal sense, or that sense of a secure sense of the world. And it has to be a world where every child believes that they can learn. High-quality early childhood programs give our children in poverty that belief and that chance. So it is one of the best investments that we can make to close that achievement gap before it even begins in the formal school training in kindergarten and first grade. But early childhood is not only effective and important for children of poverty, all children from all socioeconomic backgrounds can benefit. Research is pointing to the importance for middle-income children. And we know that middle-income children also lack access to early childhood programs. Their families are often not eligible for Head Start. They're not able to access the child care subsidies, and the cost of other early childhood programs is often out of that family's ability to pay. So they are missing out on quality experiences as well. So quality preschool programming helps all children no matter what their family income. We used to talk a lot about student readiness for school, but now we recognize that we can't just place the responsibility for readiness solely on the child or on the family or even just on the school. Readiness is considered a three-part formula. It's ready schools plus ready communities equals ready children. Schools are recognizing their important role in early childhood. They're opening their doors to parents. They're adopting early learning standards that support the quality curriculum. We've been implementing 4-year-old kindergarten, and we've been working to address the multiple special needs and, most importantly, the cultural differences that are found within our communities. But educators are recognizing they can't work alone on this. They absolutely need the strong and the ready community, a ready and strong community like yours. That's where we have the impact. Educators are working throughout our state with other community programs to bring the best services and the supports to young children and families. The social, emotional, physical, and cognitive well-being of our children really will require this collaborative, public-private, community-based approach. And we know that isn't just an education issue, that is a moral and a social justice issue, and the topic of our conference today, it is an economic imperative.